so keep watching and I'll show you how easy it is to tweak the force feedback settings to your own needs. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. The beast that you see before you is the new Subaru that we'll be using in the Colin McRae add-on pack in Dirt Rally 2.0. I've tweaked my force feedback settings to suit this particular model of Subaru Impreza. The settings I was using for the previous model just didn't work with this particular car. Feel free to copy all of my settings, the settings I have here in the Fanatec control panel on the PC, and also the in-game settings which I will show you in a minute. Alright, you can click on the tuning menu here. It gives you a more in-depth look at the force feedback settings. You can copy mine here. I've got the maximum steering angle to 460. I think that works best. And you're going to want to turn off soft lock in the in-game settings. I'm using the 8 Nm power pack for the CSL DD, and I've set the force feedback scaling to linear. If you're using the 5 Nm pack, you might want to put this to peak as opposed to linear. And also, if you're using the 5 Nm power pack, you might want to increase your overall force feedback strength as well. Before making any changes to any force feedback settings, as always, make a note of your current ones so you can always revert back to them if you don't like the changes you've made. Pause the screen here if you need to and copy these settings here in your control panel in the PC. And we'll move on then to check out the settings we are using in-game. Alright, so here we are in the service area here. We're going to choose options. Then we're going to go down to input, Fanatec wheel, over to vibration and feedback. Alright, so these settings I have tweaked to work for Finland. These are the in-game settings that work for me. If you happen to try out these settings and you think, oh, these are terrible settings, just don't suit you at all, don't worry, just keep watching the video and I'm going to show you how you can adjust your own force feedback settings to suit your own driving style. Let's just check out advanced settings here for a minute and just go down through. This is what I'm using here. Feel free to copy this as well. And as I mentioned before, you're going to want to turn off soft lock as well to use the 460 degrees of rotation. Alright, so keep watching and I'll show you how easy it is to tweak the force feedback settings to your own needs. Alright, so this is how you go about setting your own force feedback settings for your wheel. Right, we're going to put ourselves onto a track, whatever one you prefer. Go down to input, Fanatec wheel, or whatever wheel you're using. Go over to vibration and feedback. I'm going to reset all these back to 0. Apart from self-aligning torque, that's the first option. So pop all these back. You can't select tire, slip and engine, so we're going to leave that. And that steering force is just for the menu. So we're going to put this all the way to 100 so that we can feel what it's doing. Alright, so we're going to apply that. Go back. Continue on here. And get a feel for what that's doing. I can already feel that's too heavy. The wheel is moving unnaturally heavy. Now, like I said, it's all based on preference. You might like that, but for me, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to split that figure in half. So I'm going to go 50. Okay, apply that. Continue on here, see what difference that makes. Oh yeah, already that feels much better. I can feel what the car is doing at that 50. I'm going to go with 50 for this, the purposes of this. That feels alright to me. If you want to fine tune it further, you can. You can go back, you can go up to, let's say, 75. That's halfway between 50 and 100. This could turn out to be just right, or else no, that already I know that's too heavy. So 50 was where it was good for me. So go back in. You can go between half of 50 and 75, which is 63, 62, 63, or else you can go up in increments of 10, see what they're like. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to go 50 is fine for that. So wheel friction, I am going to go 100 on this again, just to get a feel for what that's adding to the feel of the wheel now. Okay, I know exactly what that's doing now by the feel of what the wheel is. It's making the wheel heavier and slower to turn. Don't like that. I'm going to pop that down to 50. See if that makes any difference there at all. Yeah, that feels better already. I like a nice light wheel though, so this may not suit you. That's the whole point of you being able to go and set up the wheel the way you like it. Doesn't feel bad at that. I'm going to go with that. I have these fine-tuned to the settings I wanted, as shown in the start of the video, but for the purposes of this video I'm going to show you. Tire friction, it isn't as noticeable, this setting of what it's doing. Keep middle of a jump. 50, 6 left of a crest. I could quite happily go at 100 for this, 6 right, tightens of a crest, for tire slip. 80, I like to just now, if you crash off, restart it, because you may have done damage to the car. Just steer side to side, just to get an idea of how the car is feeling. It's not feeling bad at that. We could actually leave that at 100. Suspension, I'm going to pop to 100, see what it does. Okay, there's a real notchy feel in this now that I don't like. So I'm going to pop that down to 50. You basically start at 100 so that you know what that setting is doing to the wheel. Right. Keep in the middle of a long crest, 50, 6 left, tightens 5 long of a crest, 50, 6 right of a crest long. That's not bad at that either, 50. Into 6 left long, 50, crest, and keep right of a crest, into 5 right, very long. Car is driving itself at that. Keep left of a jump, 80. That's not bad, a little bit notchy for my liking. I would probably go down another 50 or down another 25 for that. So I'd split 50 in half, bring it to 25. See, did that do any? Oh, did I go into the right setting there? Suspension, yeah. Okay, just continue that and see what. And keep left of a big jump, 80, 6 right long of a crest, 60. Slow dip to keep left of a crest, 50, turn square right. Yeah, that's. 50. 6 right long. For me now, that's not bad. Left, extra long. It's feeling nice. 80. Right, so the next, I think that's all the settings really. Collision, you don't really need that. So you won't be crashing. You'll be that well able to control the car now with your new settings that you've custom made to yourself. The main thing about this is not to be afraid to tinker around with the settings, play around with them. Just before you make any changes, make a note of your current settings if you're kind of happy with them but you'd like to adjust them slightly and see if you can fine tune them. Always make a note of the settings you're happy with, because you can always go back to them then. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. This applies for controller as well as a wheel. Just go through, turn off all settings bar one, the top one, go down through them from top to bottom, just as I did in that. And yeah, you should be golden. That's how I set up the wheel settings for myself. Force feedback settings are always subjective. I might like a light feel to the wheel. Other people like wrestling the car around bends. I don't like that. So it's all subjective. Whatever you want, you can customise the settings to how you like. And this way, going down through them, putting the settings up, putting them down, you'll be able to feel what each setting does. That is my tips on how to customise your own feedback. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and I shall see you in the next one.